Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, man. I just had to jump on here real quick, man. Like, I don't know if we understand, the importance of discipline, you know what I'm saying? Because, boy, I tell you, in these last days, man, we got to be disciplined. Man, it's, I just had an epiphany as I was sitting here thinking, about the word because I was kind of like, doing my own thing or whatever. And I happened to run across this video and they had these women dancing and stuff, right? It wasn't nothing like, how it be in our culture where, they be uh uh tight shorts, pop dropping, locking. It wasn't nothing like that. It was a different type of video though. It was like across from like the waters, over in the old country, some maybe like Pakistan or Iran, somewhere around there in the Middle East or whatever. But as I watched the video, I began to think about Herod. Was it Herod that I think it was Herod Agrippa that cut off the head of John the Baptist. And if you've read the story about John the Baptist and why he was in jail or he was imprisoned, he was really basically in prison for, keeping the law because Herod Agrippa was basically, involved with his, I want to say his brother's wife or something like that. And so John was, really basically telling him like, well, you're not supposed to be doing that according to Torah because, at that time, Herod Agrippa was basically sitting in the seat of over Yasharel, basically dictating the rules. He was basically like a Pharisee or something like that. But anyway, it was just kind of crazy because when the Bible says that Herod's his wives or his girlfriend's daughter danced that day, and you know what I'm saying, and she danced so good. I'm trying to remember. So if you see me kind of licking off or stopping or something like that, it's because I'm trying to bring back to remembrance the story. But long story short, she had danced or performed so well that Herod Agrippa was like, ask anything you want and I'll give you up to half of the kingdom or something like that. And so her mother being Herod Agrippa's basically her mother, the daughter and mother was basically the mother being involved with Herod Agrippa, told the young lady to ask for John for the head of John the Baptist. And so, as I began to, think about that and how beautiful the woman was, she must have been so beautiful and danced so it's just like, when you go into the streezy, the strip cleasy, you know what I'm saying? And you might run into something new in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she bad, you hear me? You know what I'm saying? She doing kind of, granted, she probably was in another state or something like that. You know what I'm saying? She got talent. Hey, but look, you know what I'm saying? She was coming down the pole, you know what I'm saying? She in a whole new territory. She ain't been seen, you know what I'm saying? But she bad, you know what I'm saying? And she doing all kind of tricks on the pole. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Look, that make it rain, you know what I'm saying? Make it rain, you feel me? And so, as I began to look at the story, that kind of reminded me of that story, and how if we don't discipline ourselves as men, because growing up, everything was sexualized. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I would have knew then what I knew now, man, I would have been a whole different monster. You hear me? And granted, you know what I'm saying, like, it don't help that, what I'm saying, there's temptation. You know what I mean? And, you know, there's a lot of pretty women in the world, but, given my experiences and stuff like that, I've learned that, to just, before you can, before I even decide to have any kind of relations with you, there has to be some type of, I have to see something deeper than just the physical. You know what I mean? Like, and it's easy to say, when someone is, you know, when you're with someone and they're in your face, you're face to face with them, the temptation, the desire is much harder, so that's why, a lot of times you have to not place yourself in situations to where you could possibly jeopardize, your virtue. Um, but yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It even go all the way back to Eve, man, all the way back to the garden, because a lot of times, we don't get the full story because, I mean, you want, when you, it's a book, you know what I'm saying? If they had to write everything down in the book that happened back then, man, that book could be a mile long, probably over 2 miles long, so they didn't put everything in there. So you have to, read in between the lines sometimes, or, someone like myself has to come and help you see between the lines. You see what I'm saying? Like, when you building those bricks, there's mortar in between. The bricks won't hold up if it ain't no mortar. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta understand the in between. And so when you go back to the beginning of time, dealing with Eve, a lot of the times the way they explained it to us, they just explained that it was a man and a woman, which it was. A Y chromosome and an X chromosome. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and it wasn't just, to me, my theory, and what I believe, what I'm saying, that it wasn't just one person. It wasn't just, it was man, Adam, which is man, and then it was one man, you know what I mean? And he said, be fruitful and multiply. But in the second verse, you start to see what union, you know what I'm saying? You know, uh, um, man taking on his rib or whatever, you know what I mean? But as time began to, progress, over the ages, in time, women, with the serpent being in the garden, woman began to understand her power. You know what I'm saying? Her eyes was open, and Adam's eyes was still closed because he was still under the covenant. You see what I'm saying? And so, Adam, being undisciplined, because see, I never had these type of talks with my father, growing up, to be disciplined, to be consistent, to be persistent, to be reliable, to be dependable, to be trustworthy, to be loyal. You see, you know what I'm saying? Those are the things that money can't buy. You see what I'm saying? And so Adam, in the beginning, losing his discipline, began to follow that woman, and that's when his eyes was open. You see, and so if we don't, as men, learn to prioritize in our life what's important and what's necessary and essential, opposed to something we just want. You see what I'm saying? We have to make that determination. We have to, um, you know, we have to, make the right decisions and be disciplined. Because discipline will take you a long way. Discipline get you places that money can't get you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Money is power, but man, look, I'm telling you, it's like having somebody on your team who's loyal, who's trustworthy, who's uh, dependable, who's all these things. They got character. Than to have someone that's just there for the money. You see what I'm saying? to have someone that just, they want to leech off of you, and they just want to be around you because they know, you get into some type of money or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And they just want to have their hand in your pocket. You see what I'm saying? Opposed, see, the problem with us is, and I just want to say this, and I'm gonna be gone. The problem with us as a people, we live for right now. We don't live. We don't think about. We don't look ahead. We only looking for right now. We don't look ahead. You know what I'm saying? And I say that because it's just like, some, it just, we don't look ahead. We just, we living for right now. And so with me, it's always, I'm always thinking about the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't want to go there because I don't want to, exploit my what I be doing out here as far as like, the things that I do for the Most High Yahuwah. But yeah, like I say, man, we got to be disciplined, man. I'm trying to tell you, man, like, man, and it ain't easy, you know what I'm saying? Because, man, you got to take your time in this world. Take your time in this world, man. Don't be in a rush, man. I've had to learn that, man, and it didn't come easy because, don't get me wrong. I grew up with my parents, but we didn't have these type of conversations, so it was just full steam ahead, full throttle. You know what I'm saying? All gas, no brakes. You know what I'm saying? Just to get to wherever it is I'm trying to go. But now that I've come to an age of maturity, I understand now how important it is to be patient. To wait, on your things. And although trials and tribulations may come, you know what I'm saying, you just got to still just be patient, you know what I'm saying, and weather the storm and be patient, man, and understand that, this too shall pass, you know what I'm saying. Just as long as you stay disciplined and stay on the straight and narrow path and do the right thing, man, you're gonna get to where you're going, and you'll know those people who's supposed to be on the path with you, you know what I'm saying, because like I said, you know, character money can't buy, you know what I'm saying. That's why Yahusha said that, you should know them by their fruits. That's character. You know what I'm saying? You should know them by their character. People who tell you that they gonna do things and don't do it, they a liar. To cut them off right then and there. You know what I'm saying? People that don't keep their word, people that, you know what I'm saying, show you red flags is what they call them. You know what I'm saying? And you nip it in the bud early. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, everybody deserve a chance. You know what I'm saying? You give people the benefit of the doubt, but once you know, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? I just had to hop on here, man, because like I said, I could just see, and it's all based on discipline, man. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't just about S3X. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about that. You know what I'm saying? It's you got to be disciplined in every area in your life. You know what I mean? Discipline is a key. You know what I'm saying? Discipline opens up doors. You know what I'm saying? Discipline, is very vital to your success. You know what I'm saying? Because discipline brings about integrity. You know what I mean? Like these things, these conversations, man, we didn't have when we was young. You know what I'm saying? We was just, you know what I'm saying? The gate was open and we was just like bulls. We rushed out and we went into the world, and, you know what I'm saying? We just, you know what I'm saying, had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think, I kind of I broke the code, but like I said, especially with women, man, you know what I'm saying? Women, it's always been a woman that's brought down a king or brought down a kingdom. You know what I'm saying? And so go read I think it's Proverbs 31. Before it get into the virtuous woman, it goes into the virtuous man. Let me read it for you real quick. I think I still got the Bible on this one right here. I think I do. Let me see. Yeah, I do. I'm gonna read it for you real quick, and then I'm gonna get on up out of here. We're gonna be going to Proverbs. Excuse me. Ooh, pardon me. Mm. Proverbs 31:1. The words of King Lemuel, the prophecy that his mother taught him. Now his mother taught him this. What, my son, and what the son of my womb, and what the son of my vows? Give not thy strength unto a woman. What is your strength? Your strength is your virtue, your energy. Nor the ways to that which destroy a king. These women, they destroy kings, especially in this hour. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have, the home is being broken up. You know what I'm saying? These women think they don't need no man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a whole bunch. TV and music is raising our children. Granted, I don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to, you know, judge nobody, condemn nobody, because I do listen to certain music. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of the times, because shoot, in some of the music I can resonate. You feel me? Whether it be what y'all want to call secular or whatever. But yeah, man, it just say right here, it is not for the king, O Lemuel, it is not for the king to drink wine, nor for princes strong drink. Least thy drink and forget the law, and pervert the judgment of any of the afflicted. Give strong drink to him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of heavy heart. So you know what I'm saying? It's about discipline, man. This life is about discipline. That is the sacrifice. Like, when you want to do something, telling yourself yes, you tell yourself no, because you got to be cautious. You know what I'm saying? You got to be cautious. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says to, by, 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 uh, by the counsel of many, wars are waged. You see what I'm saying? So you sometimes you gotta counsel yourself. It might be a little female or whatever that you digging. You know what I'm saying? And you want to lock in with, and you gotta put them through the process, put them through the test, see if they worthy. You know what I'm saying? And if they ain't, you know what I'm saying, you just, before you get your soul tied into the situation, you know what I'm saying, you gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, peace and blessings. Shalom. Have a good day.